just doing it to get dates. And that didn't, I mean, there were comments out.
That was insulting.
Yeah, it's just silly level. And it just, I love the idea of breaking down identity politics. I think that's such an unhealthy factor in America's political future, all this identity politics thinking. So I think it's great.
Do you think Chris Christie goes away today?
Yes. And I have to say, Chris Christie, I actually, on the GOP side, I actually kind of like him.
Me too.
Yeah, I didn't like the big hug thing of Obama right before the election, but beside that, the problem for Chris Christie is if you want the kind of brazen, almost bellicose, tough guy East Coasting, which I kind of like, then you have Trump. Cruz doesn't, I mean, there's just no place for Chris Christie to grab that because that's Trump.
Yeah, and he may have actually hurt himself a little bit Saturday night because of his aggression, but I got to be honest with you, he's such a junkyard dog. I would love to see that debate between he and Hillary.
I agree. I think he is he's a tough guy. Plus, even though he has that tough guy demeanor, he actually is a lawyer, a former prosecutor, a governor. I mean, he has the actual qualifications, as he points out so regularly, as an executive, as a person who had to actually enforce the law. So he's in ways a more accomplished, or at least a more educated junkyard dog than Donald Trump. But Trump has, well, we know he's kind of swept the GOP base, at least for now.
I know you got to go, but do you think Marco Rubio has been hurt substantially by the debate performance on Saturday night in a long-lasting way?
I think it's possible he has, because many of his speeches boil down to those talking points he kind of got frozen on auto replay during the debate. He's really going to have to find new words to say. And I think the other factor that's going to hurt him is the immigration is the number one issue in this election, in my view, among GOP primary voters. And when people start really understanding what was in that Gang of Eight bill, how he misled America about, there was a piece that, what is her name? Eagle Forum. Phyllis Schlafly wrote, and I'm not a big Phyllis Schlafly fan, but she wrote a 15-page summary with footnotes and citations essentially saying Marco Rubio misled America and the GOP over and over and over on this immigration bill, and he's still never really straightened out. I think if that word gets out, that makes people nervous about the biggest issue facing America.
Yeah, that's true, but I also keep things in perspective because that was a different time. You can't debate history. These are things that happened, back in. You can't change what we did in 2003. So, I'm at least glad that Rubio owned it. He said, this wasn't on you people. This was on me, and it'll never happen again. That took guts, and I appreciate that about it. Debbie, can I please have you back after South Carolina?
I would love to come back after South Carolina. I can't wait for South Carolina to happen, so I'd love to come back.
Thank you. Debbie Georgatos, a pleasure as always.
Great talking to you, Neil. Have a great day.
Debbie Georgatos, political strategist, author, and speaker. She's something else. Check out the website, ladiescanwetalk.org. We'll be back.